showing up. It's not showing up for me. Rip. Oh wait, there it is. I think. It's not showing up for me. Yes, okay. Sorry about that. Welcome everyone to the 10th round of Season 14 in Division 2. We are here in Monza for the Italian Grand Prix. My name is Enela Phoenix 1 and I'll be joined for today's race by Jonathan. Hello.
Hello. How are you?
Yeah, I mean, good. Good. Looking forward to the race. I hope you are as well.
Of course, after last week, the championship fight is very spicy, but Pinky obviously not here yet.
Yeah, it's a big day for Ferrari, especially for Kuko, for many reasons. I mean, home race for the team, for both drivers, and a massive chance in the championship. Pinky is on his way. He might join in qualifying, but at the moment he's not in. And with a 13-point advantage, it would be massive for Kuko if he can make up some points today. Yeah, a 13-point advantage in favor of 12-point advantage. Sorry, in favor of Pinky right now. Behind them, Sully, he is on 100 points. Pinky 135, Kuko 123, Sully 100, and Sean 85. So it really is down to Kuko and Pinky. An outside shot for Sully, and I think a neon impossible shot for Sean, being 50 points behind with only 3 rounds to go. 2 more races after this, of course. And an 18 car grid as of now, could be up to 19 if Pinky makes it.
Here he is.
Wow, he is not even that. He can still get 3 rounds in. So, I mean, well, he does have absolutely zero practice, I would assume. Did he race? He did race Division 1, so at least he has done the track before.
Yeah.
He just hasn't warmed up today, I guess. He hasn't played the game, I would imagine. But we'll see what to expect from Pinky then. But yeah, a 19 car grid then, and scrap that part about a big opportunity for Kuko to make up big points. Pinky is racing.
Apologies, I will be back in 1 moment.
Absolutely disgraceful. How dare you leave for any reason. Right.
On ready.
Yeah, we'll get going in qualifying in the meantime. The first car that went out on track is the Sauber of Pix. So he'll be setting the benchmark. We're looking at, I would guess we'll get into the 118s. We didn't even get into the 118s in Division 1, so... But I think that was, like, I did an 18.7 in PFGL myself, and then I did a 19.1 in Division 1 here. So I wouldn't be surprised if the times in Division 2 are similarly fast, because the time trials looked very strong from some of the guys. I reckon we can get a low 119 as well here. Might even go faster than the Division 1 pole times, because I do think there was a good amount of time in those. Didn't seem like either of Card, Jeremy, or me really had a clean lap in that session. But yeah, as I said, Pix, the first one who will go around this track. Not taking a lot of curb there through the second chicane track. Being a bit cautious. Of course, could be only for this banker. Of course, you want to have some sort of lap in before you go full send, but you can go all over that curb, and it's very risky. But if you nail it, it's worth a lot of time. About, I think, 2/10 really you can gain through there by riding that curb. It's just very inconsistent, and it's very easy to invalidate or just jump over it and go off track or anything like that. Or lose a whole lot of time just by having a worse line for the second part of the chicane. But Pix, now coming up to the Parabolica, getting a bit of a toe up ahead from the V-Carb there. So that was timed quite nicely by Pix. So V-Carb is starting his lap, I guess that is Edwin. And over the line, Pix goes in first position, of course, a 19.862. The Ferrari following him, that should be BS Gabri. No, that's Kuko. Kuko over the line, didn't put a lap in, so he must have invalidated. Dylan, 20.475 into second place. He looked quite strong in Division 1, so this is surprisingly far towards the back for him. Sully and Gabri, both on us in the moment, of course. We have quite a few Italian drivers in here, so yeah, home race for a lot of these guys. Sully, Gabri, Kuko, they will all be hoping to do well at home in Monza. I didn't forget anyone, did I? That would be very embarrassing. No one else here is Italian, to my knowledge. And doubly so for Gabri and Kuku, of course. Also the home race of their team, Ferrari, the Tifosi, are very well known. Gabri with an early statement at 19.223. Kuku invalidated his first run. Sean, meanwhile, still that outside shot at the title. He's currently going through Sector 2. His teammate Pix still in second with that 19.8. We've got Bobrigny and Owais, only 1,000 separating those two in third and fourth, 20.025 and 0.36. Very close there. Sully has got into fourth place, 20.012, Jesus. So also quite close with Sully there just ahead of Bobrigny and Owais. And Sean coming up to the line, what's it gonna be for him? That's a 1:19.782. Third place, Edwin into second with a 19.541. Kuku back on another lap now. Of course, he needs to qualify as far towards the front as he possibly can to make sure he has a good chance, because he needs to make up points on Pinky. Pinky has been having an absolutely storming season so far. I mean, if we go through Pinky's results, he scored 4 points in the first round, so that was a P8, and since then he finished second, then first and first back to back, both times in the fastest lap as well. Then he didn't race the fifth race. Round 6 he's back with a P2. Round 7 he didn't race, and then round 8 P2, round 9 P1. So he has not finished lower than P2 apart from the first race. So yeah, if not for those races Pinky had missed, he would be absolutely running away with this championship, I would think. So Kuku needs to be at his absolute best if he wants to beat Pinky coming into the last 3 races of this season. As we go around the final corner, what is it going to be for the Ferrari driver? Can he join his teammate on the front row? That's a 1:19.806, fourth place. A decent first lap for Kuku, but I think he would have been hoping for more. Marcelio and Pubdog both on their first laps as well. And I think that's about it in terms of photos. Dylan might be just finishing one. Currently in 9th, that 20.475. Does improve, but doesn't improve his position. Only the lap time. I'm gonna have to close my window because I can hear a plane really loudly. I imagine that's a bit distracting. There we go. Sorry about that. Right, Marcelio, across the line he goes, and that's gonna be a 1:20.798, 12th position. 40 thousandths off Harry in 11th. Pubdog hasn't validated his run meanwhile, so yeah, no lap time from the McLaren driver. Otherwise, is he pushing again? Ah, the game won't show me as Delta, thank you, Codemasters. 1.5 seconds down, so no. Pubdog might go again. No, he's very low here, so I don't think it makes sense for him to go again. He might just pit now. Yep, Pubdog into the pit lane. So we have 10 minutes left to go in qualifying. The frontrunners, Gabri, Edwin, Sean, they're all in the pit lane. So it seems like they're only going for 2 runs here. Otherwise they would already be out for the second. So they're gonna try and save as soft. Weather report, I'll check if someone put it on the Discord. Yes, all dry from Gabri, thank you. So no rain reported for today's race. Bobrigny on his second lap session, currently in 7th place on a 20.035. A lot of curb there for the second part of the Variante del Rettifiglio. And I do apologize in advance, I will be butchering those corner names completely. I'm doing my best, but I am not exactly a native Italian speaker. In fact, I don't speak Italian whatsoever. Bobrigny about a 10th up there in the first sector as we go into the 2 Lesmos. 2 of the fastest corners on this track. He's in 6th gear, down to 5th actually on the exit as he had the RPM a bit low. And now down towards Yaskari. What is his delta time? He's up by almost 4 tenths, so a massive improvement from Bobrigny. 6th gear and sends the car in really nicely. The car just sticking perfectly. Bit of overtake use down towards the Parabolica. And as we approach the line, what is it going to be? How far up the field can he go? Because that looked like a very good final sector after already being up by 4/10. Over the line, that's a 1:19.637. Third place for the McLaren driver. Bobbinio just about ahead of Sean. 1.5 tenths there separating him from the Sauber driver. And the 3-time Division 2 champion. Flavors up by close to 3/10 here as he goes through Ascari. Using a bit of overtake now. Down towards the Parabolica. Just getting that speed up. And the final corner of the lap, that could be deciding. Very nicely. Carrying the speed back on the throttle. Hugging the inside line a little bit. And overtake mode enabled all the way to the line. That's a 1:20.319 gains. Just over 2/10. And he jumps Dylan for P10. Harry up by 41,000 as he goes into Ascari, but he's quite low on EIS here, already well below 10%. That will be costing him time all the way down the straight, as once you are below 10% EIS, there's less energy deployed. To make sure you don't reach 0, because then you have absolutely nothing left and you lose a lot of speed, even more speed than you do already. So, onboard with Sully, currently in 8th for a 20.012. He's going to be hoping to improve that significantly. He does still have an outside shot at this title, but he needs to get a lot better of a starting position than P8. Especially at a track like Monza, you can make up places quite well, but you still want to be at the front if possible. 19.539. Sully jumping all the way to 3rd place. Kuku up by 2,000 in the first sector. Running on medium EIS here as he goes down towards Ascari. That is an instant strategy, a lot of EIS to play with, and he's down by 1.7. Okay, he's actually just abandoned the lap. I was confused why he was on medium. Pix jumping into 3rd place there, 19.535. Not someone you usually see that far towards the front. Edwin down by 2/10, and then Valdade's going through Ascari. Sean, so he goes in the 1st sector. He is not pushing. Sean Moore has left. I assume he's disconnected. I'll try and get him back into the lobby as soon as possible. There we go. Marcelio just coming out of turn 1. Currently in 14th on a 7.98. 40 thousandths behind Harry. 1.5 seconds off pole, sorry. Gabriel on outlap as well now. We have just over 5 minutes, or just under 6 minutes I should say, to go in the session. Marcelio down massively in the 1st sector, so there will not be an improvement coming here. Dylan coming up to 9, up by 3/10. So he's looking to, just about come into the top 10 here. And that's a 1:19.735 in the end. Another 3/10 gain in the final sector, 6/10 in the end. Jumps all the way into 8th. Kuku down to 9th. Pinky, in the meantime, completely under my radar, has jumped all the way up to 2nd place with a 19.492. What about Gabri? 58 thousandths up in the 3rd sector. He's already on pole position, but improving even more now on what might be his final lap. It's a bit early for a final lap, but then again, there isn't that much time left after he comes back to the pit lane, so we'll see if he still manages to get one more lap in after this one. Bit of overtake use coming out of Lesmo 2 and down towards Ascari. How much time can Gabri gain in the middle sector here? It looked like a good, clean middle sector. Yes, up by just over 1.5 tenths. Gabri looking at a 19.0 if he matches his sector 3 from before. But maybe he can even break into the 118s. We'll see. But Gabri looking really, really strong in this qualifying session. Setting the pace early on and now improving on it later again. And that will keep him in P1. As he goes in the Parabolica back to the inside line to shorten the distance to the line and over the line. That is a 1:19.121. And an improvement from Gabi as he's now over 3.5 tenths clear of 2nd place. Tifosi will be very, very happy to see that. Bombardino in the McLaren currently down in 7th, 19.637. Sean Moon is back in the session now with 4 minutes to go, so we will get one more lap in. A lot of the other cars currently put in 2 Haas cars of Bazooka and Harry, also out on track. Bobrinho just under a 10th lost in the first sector compared to his previous best. Bazooka back in the pits. Harry with absolutely no ERS left to play with. He's still up by just over a 10th actually. I'm not sure how he's pulled that one off then. But we go back to Bobrinho as he is approaching the end of sector 2. We want to see his split time, of course. And that's going to be a 22,000 improvement, so he does improve, but only marginally. Let's see Harry. Up by 31,000 despite the low ERS. And for Bobrinho it goes into the final corner now. Keeping in 6th gear, sending the car in with a lot of speed. And over the line, that's a... sorry, 119.501. He goes back into 3rd place. But it's very close there, and of course, all of those guys behind him are going to want to have their say in that and improve one last time at the end. Edwin, the first of those to be out on track. And he is gaining 42,000 in the first sector. Very nice line through the Variante de la Roja for the V-Carb driver. Sending the car into less than 1 with a low speed, 6th gear all the way through. Bit low on the RPM, might have cost him a few thousands down the exit. But ultimately it's a very short straight, so that won't have mattered too much. A lot of ERS used down towards his car. He's a bit low, maybe for the end of the lap. We'll see if it's worked out for him. He is up by 61,000. Not the best of lines in the first practice car there. He didn't cut the corner as much as you definitely can. And he's abandoned the lap. Edwin is done. And I'm not sure he'll get another lap in because he will not have enough ERS here. So that could be Edwin's qualifying session over. Marcelio, down towards turn 1. Very late on the brakes. Gets the car stopped though. Very nicely actually. Very clean line to turn 1. Keeping overtake enabled all the way through. Currently his best lap time a 20.798. Already just over 10% ERS. So he's used quite a lot on that first straight already. Up by 33,000. With that low amount of ERS, can he improve at all on his previous best and improve to maybe a 14th position here? Phantom, Mihai and Lanky Brown without laps. Mihai with a qualifying ban, so he's not allowed to do a lap. Lanky Brown on track now, and Phantom still in the pit lane, so he will not be doing a lap either. Too late now to go back out. Marcelio up by just over a 10th, but a lot of traffic here in his way. That is the Alpine up ahead of him. Getting a bit of a slipstream here actually, that helped him, if anything. Not sure if that's Pinky or Action Rick, that's Action Rick. But I think that helped Marcelio gain a few thousands. As we approach the final corner, the front runners are also on their outlaps. 50 seconds to go. Some of them might have left it a bit late here. Marcelio over the line with a 120.755 and improves just enough, 3,000 ahead of Harry, to go to 14th. Phantom Fox retiring from the session, he will not be doing any laps here at Monza. Starting all the way in last place. Edwin done as well now, and now all the front runners are starting the lap. Pinky the furthest along of them. And he's exactly matched his first sector. Sully 35,000 down. And they will all be coming over the line one after another here. Gabri is on an outlap, but he will not make the line. 5 seconds to go here. Gabri is gonna miss out on this last qualifying lap, yes. And that's Gabri done. But will he hang on to pole position anyway? Pinky up by 1.5 tenths. That will not be enough unless he has a mega final sector. Sully up by a 10th. Two of the championship contenders trying to battle Gabri for that pole position. Kuko down in 9th. We'll see if he has a big improvement coming. But first up, Pinky over the line. Can he steal pole position away from Gabri? Right indeed. It's a big improvement in the final sector. And it's not enough. Just about 18,000. Sully goes into 3rd place in the 417. Picks 4 tenths down. His teammate Sean up ahead of him. Down in 7th at the moment. And it's a... not an improvement. Sean Sasons have Dylan's in the wall. Kuku up by 3 tenths though. Kuku with a big improvement late on. Can he bring himself towards the front of the grid here? That would be absolutely crucial for his championship hopes. And he's the last one over the line. What's it gonna be? Kuko goes into 8th place. Only a small improvement in the end. And he will not be happy with that. But the Tifosi have all the reasons to celebrate nonetheless. It is Gabri on pole position in his home race, in Ferrari's home race, and that will delight the home fans. And even better, another Italian in the top 3, Sully, with a 3rd place in the end. Pinky splitting the 2 in 2nd place there, then Bobolinho in 4th, Pix in 5th with a very strong qualifying, Edwin 6th, John 7th, Tuku down in 8th, Dylan 9th, Papdog 10th, rounding in the top 10, Always 11th, Bazooka 12th, Flavors 13th, Action Rick 14th, Marcello 15th, Harry 16th, Lanky Brown 17th, Phantom Fox 18th, and Mihai 19th. Phantom Fox and Mihai both without laps. Oh, just about. Got done in time. Yeah, and now we are ready for the race. I'm expecting mostly medium hards. Oh, I have to breathe for a moment, sorry. I almost ran out of time there to go through the whole grid, but I just about got done. Yeah, I'm expecting mostly medium hards. Hard medium also an option, of course. But the undercut is quite powerful around here, just because of the nature of the track. With the DRS, it's quite hard to catch a DRS twin up ahead, so you don't want to be underkid. Hello Spicer, welcome to the stream. Right, and now, yeah, the drivers making their final adjustments to the strategies. And we'll have 19 cars coming down into turn 1. And I think that is a recipe for some chaos. But we hope, of course, that all the drivers get out cleanly, no wing damage, no crashes. We want to see some clean racing, 27 laps around the Temple of Speed, as they call it. One of the most iconic tracks in Formula 1. And for good reason, I think. We all love Monza. Not so much on the... I must admit, I don't exactly enjoy racing it, but that's not the topic now. 5 red lights are on, we're ready for the race start. Gabi on pole, Pinky alongside him, and they get away pretty well, I think. Pinky might have jumped Gabi into turn 1 there. It looks like it's a really good start, and Pinky, of course, on the inside line has the advantage. But is Gabi going to be able to outbrake him on the outside? No, it's Pinky taking the lead. Oh, but they make contact! Pinky's round! They make contact, and Pinky, he's gonna drop so far down the field here. Borodinho takes lead in the process, and it's Kuko's teammate who takes out Kuko's championship rival Pinky. Pinky now down in 13th, and a mountain to climb in this race. Borodinho leads, followed by Gabri, then Sully having a look up the inside. Sean and Edwin battling through the second chicane. Picks off there. There's not a crash in the back on the Haas and Aston Martin. There's not a Haas round, so both Haas with instant flavors round as well. So a lot of chaos, just as I thought, in the opening lap of the race. Pinky back up to 9th already, so he's taking advantage of that rather well. At the front though, it seems all calm now. Borodinho in control of the race, for the moment at least. Of course, DRS will be enabled soon. He's followed by Gabri, also can't quite fall off, that's Pinky. Already pushing hard, he is back in DRS range, which is crucial of course. Phantom up into 11th, what a start by Phantom. Mihai as well, Phantom and Mihai from last and second last up to 11th and 12th. Talk about opening lap heroics. Borodinho's almost broken DRS to Gabri here, and Sully might have a go at the Ferrari driver. Does Gabri he's picked up damage, yes! The front one end plate on that Ferrari is missing. So that's why Borodinho is able to take the lead and drive away in such a fashion. Kuko has to take a 4th place off Sean, and there's more winglets flying in the background. I'm not sure who that was from. As we saw Pinky battling with the McLaren of Papdog over 9th place there. Borodinho has broken DRS to Gabri. Absolutely crucial as the McLaren driver can now try and drive away. Oh, but is Gabri going to be able to get back into the DRS, which it's so close at the moment. Have a look at the tyre strategies. Couple of hards, but mostly mediums, just as I thought. And the front runners, all on mediums. Dylan, the furthest towards the front on the hard. So that could become a factor later on, if the overcut works out for him. Gabri has managed to hold on to the DRS range, but that wing damage is going to be affecting him all the way throughout the race, or at least the first stint. And Sully with a little mistake, coming over Scary. He has caught the car. I don't think he has picked up any damage, but he has dropped to 6th, maybe 7th place. Dylan having a look up the inside into the Parabolica. And I think Dylan with the advantage on the inside line is going to beat Sully to the apex. Although Sully with a really nice switchback there has gotten back to the inside line and perhaps back ahead of Dylan. Very nice battle there. Dylan might try and come back, and Pix as well, having a look. 3 wide now, down the main straight into the first chicane. And Dylan is backed out. Battle up ahead as well as Sean and Cucho. Battle over 3rd place. Sully comes out on top against Pix. Sean has now dropped out of the DRS range to Gabri in that little battle with Cuco. He seems to have lost quite a bit of time. No, I was confused there. I thought for a moment Cuco has also lost a bit of his front wing, but he didn't. But so far, even though they're running in 2nd and 4th, which, well, it's not even that bad, but it's a great start for Ferrari, because Cuco is currently gaining a good amount of points on his championship rival Pinky. Down in 9th place, Cuco in 4th. But of course, Pinky's still in the same train, making up places now as he overtakes Dylan. He just has to get through these cars, and then he'll be back in the fight with Cuco. And I'm sure after the contact with Gabri, he's gonna want to have some revenge and try and go for those upper positions in this train. And it's a massive train. From 1st place all the way to 11th, they are all still in one DRS train. From all-wise downwards, that's where they've dropped out of the DRS range. Not something you usually see in, you usually see it in league racing quite a lot, trains like this, but not in this league here in Division 2. But so far, everyone is very close together. Mihai in the pits very early on, so he must have picked up some major wing damage. And the same goes for Harry. They're both into the pits on lap 4 of this race. And if we look at that, Edwin very close to the back of Cuco. Action Mick picking up a 3-second time penalty quite early on as well. And that will hurt him, of course, all the way down throughout the race. Got Action Mick, I think, with a spin coming out of the chicane. That might have actually been where he picked up the penalty. Gabri having to push very hard to stay in that DRS when you can see he's quite far behind. I mean, it's normally rather easy to follow in Monza, but with that wing damage, he is struggling quite a bit. I guess he picked up that damage when he made the contact with Pinky at the start, which sent Pinky into a spin and yeah, gave Gabri wing damage. It seems. But he's doing quite a good job of keeping Sean Moore, yeah, very far behind nonetheless. So Gabri must have some quite strong raw pace, and the same for Bob Bodinho. He is the only one in this train, of course, without DRS assistance, and still, he seems very comfortable in the lead there. And at a track like Monza, which is basically just flat out everywhere, although Gabri might be in a position to claim the lead now. He's gotten pretty close there. And now heading to turn 1, is he going to go for it? Does he want to take the lead even? He's going to have a look up the inside. And they're side by side all the way through the corner. A bit of contact made. And that invites Sean in to have a go coming out of chicane maybe. Although he's quite low on ERS, that should mean Gabri is safe for the moment at least. But Constantina in fact has invited a lot of drivers in to have a look at the car ahead of them. Look at all the squabbling for position as we go into the Retofino chicane. But all stays the same in the end. They're all being very technical, very patient in their moves today. Which is nice to see. No desperate dive bombs, no desperate attempts. Everyone is keeping it very calm at the front here. The top 9 is now broken away. Phantom and Pupdog have lost out on DRS to Dylan up ahead. So the train is slowly getting smaller and smaller. But still, it's quite a large train. 9 cars here, all very close together. Dylan, absolutely perfect for him. He's just staying on the back of this train. Oh, is he? Well, he's just dropped out of DRS range. Just as I say that. I was going to say, it's a great advantage for him to be on the back of this DRS train, all the medium runners. And he can just gain time to the cars that he's on the same strategy with. By just having the DRS, of course. Yellow flags for Action Rick. No, yeah, as Action Rick, he spun at the sky. But Gabri, with another attack in the turn 1 maybe? Does he want to? He has a little look up the inside, but decides against it. Sully though, against Edwin, late on the brakes! And makes contact with Cuco as well. That could have been, yeah, that could have ended in tears for the 2 Italians there. But they are both fine. And Sully even got the move down on Edwin. As Pinky and Pix are battling over 7th. Pinky going around the outside of Cover Grande. And down into the La Roja chicane. And he has gotten ahead of Pix. I've been confusing the Retofino and the De La Roja chicane. The first one is Retofino, the second one is De La Roja. Keep it in mind, Felix. Can't be that hard. Gabri now, I talked earlier about he's always quite far back. About 7/10 from Bobodinho. Now he's all over the back of him. And we have yellow flags for Marcelio, I think that was, maybe? As Gabri is now taking the lead of the McLaren of Bobodinho. Oh, that Williams looked like it was going off, but I think it was just lag. 3-second time penalty for Pub Dog. As Edwin and Pinky. Pinky with a great comeback, already up into 6th place. Now on the outside line against Edwin. He's actually pulled ahead. So he is up into 6th place. Pinky, I must say, well, I wouldn't say lucky because he still got spun, but you know what I mean when I say in luck, in bad luck. It's a saying in German. Like, it could have been a lot worse, that spin. And, oh, that's Williams of Sully, completely off at turn 1. As Sean and Kuko battle out through turn 1. Kuko actually dropping behind Pinky now. Sully rejoins the 10-second penalty. And down in 8th. I reckon that penalty is removable. I mean, he lost a lot of positions. As he missed turn 1 Kuko with a fight against Edwin here. Bit of contact made, but it is Kuko comes ahead. And now Edwin sent into a spin. He's caught it, but he's dropped down to 9th position now. He's still in DRS range, I think. Contact made between Sully and Pix. Pix, once again, has caught the car, though. So yeah, Sully, he missed turn 1. Not quite sure what happened, if he had to avoid someone or if he just outbroke himself. But either way, he has lost quite a few positions and gotten a 10-second time penalty, which I'm not sure if that's going to be served in the pit lane. If it is, it's not removable. Pinky has lost DRS to the top 3 now. So this could be a good chance for Sean Moore, Bobardino and Gabri to pull away from the rest of this train, because Pinky is quite low on ERS. And of course, in the same way, Kuko, he might take advantage of this and re-overtake Pinky. He wants to be ahead of him at all costs, obviously. The championship fight, he's 12 points behind Pinky with 3 races to go, including this one, 2 more rounds after today. Sean Moore with a move on Bobardino, he does get blocked. Sean Moore still on the inside, Bobardino takes a lead into turn 1, Gabri kind of letting him go there. Kuku deciding against going for a move on Pinky. Sully with a little wobble on the exit, and that's allowed Edwin to drive ahead of him. The ghosting system, for some reason, decided to ghost Sully, and that meant Edwin could just drive straight through him. As Sully has a look up the inside, but decides against it, brakes early, and pulls back out of the move. Edwin has now lost DRS to Dylan up ahead. Dylan doing very, very well on those hards. I just hope the undercut that everyone else has against him will not screw him over. Pinky has reconnected the trains though. Phantom overtaking Pix for 9th. So he's gotten back into this fight. A lot of squabbling in this top 9 has allowed both Phantom and Pub Dog, who lost DRS. Oh, and Phantom is off! No, that's Sully! Sully's off! And a virtual safety car, as Sully has lost his entire front wing in the barrier of Ascari, and that's great timing for the medium runners. They can pit onto hards now. It's a bit early on lap 8, but the hards will easily make it from here. And it's definitely going to be a pit stop for everyone. And of course that will mean double stacks. Dylan has to stay out, and double stacks for Kuko. Probably for Pix. Dylan and Phantom Fox, Pub Dog as well, they stay out, the hard runners. Too early for pit stop onto mediums, they think. But all the ones who start on mediums are in under this VSC, literally every single one of them. Lanky Brown with a 10-second penalty, he's spat in the pit lane. Now Sully, Sully, he's gonna serve the 10 seconds, get a wing change, and get new tires. He's gonna be in here for ages. Where is he gonna come out after all? I mean, he already spun, and then he has to add insult to injury. He's gonna come out in 17th place. Wow, that is a nightmare for Sully. He has lost out so much. Harry and Mihai might even jump him. Although, no, I think he'll just about stay ahead actually. Yeah, by a couple of seconds even. But, up ahead, Bobardino has just made a mistake. He's dropped behind Sean, Gabri and Pinky. Pinky is now back in the effective lead of the race. Where's he come from then?
Very weird time to just announce my return, but I was just watching that Barbadino did a crazy send into the De La Roggia chicane, and I'm going to assume he gave that back.
Okay, I see. So the situation now is that Pinky has come back from all the way down in 9th place after the start. He had an incident with Gabri. Got spun around, caught the car though, and yeah, he was down in... I think he was even down even further, but he got back up to 9th pretty quickly from a couple other incidents. And he's just been working his way towards the front of the train, yeah, slowly but surely. Now he's effectively back in the lead. The top 4 didn't pit under the VSC. Sully is now out! 2 laps in a row, and this time it's a safety car! 2 laps in a row, Sully bins the Ascari. First time it's a VSC, second time it's a full safety car. And that is actually brilliant for the ones who didn't pit. Because they can now very safely go to mediums, make it to the end, or hards in the case of Allwise. They might even jump the ones who did pit under VSC. That could have not gone any better. But for Sully, I think that's the end of his championship ambitions. He was 30 points behind going into this race. So... was he 30 behind, or am I misremembering? 35. 35 points behind. Which means Pinky would have to extend the gap to 52 points to ensure that Sully cannot possibly win.
Oh my god,
which would be 17. So yeah, if Pinky finishes P2 or higher, Sully is officially out of the title fight. But even if Pinky doesn't knock him out mathematically, I think we can all agree that is an insurmountable gap in just 2 laps, 2 races, sorry. And obviously now all of the top 4 who didn't pit earlier are gonna be in now. The only question is, can they jump this train? Pinky, Gabri, Sean, Bobordinho, Edwin, all rather close together. Of course, no double stacks for any of these guys, which is very helpful. And I think Dylan has to take the lead. Has he? It's close. He has Dylan in the lead and Phantom coming out somewhere in the middle of that train. I think he's gonna come out in 5th, 6th. Oh, close. Did he get Bobordinho or not? We'll see. I think he didn't get him. Bobordinho has... yeah, okay. 6th place for Phantom. 1st for Dylan. 9th for Pupdog. And Allwise coming out in 12th in the end. But how perfectly has that gone for Dylan? The VSC, he thought he was screwed. Everybody else could have got, well, not a free pit stop, but a cheap pit stop, you could say, under the VSC. And now, he has jumped from, what was he before, like 7th? Before all of the VSC and safety car stuff. He's now in 1st place, and he does have a longer than usual medium stint to contend with now, with a 16-lap medium stint, but that is well within the realms of possibility. He will not... like, those tires will still be fine-ish towards the end. I don't think they'll be massively worn out. The Haas might be a little bit faster, but I'm sure Dylan will still be happy about this.
Yeah, and you gotta remember 2 of them will be safety car laps. Yep,
of course. Not a lot of tire wear put on them during those safety car laps.
14 racing laps, 15 racing laps?
Yeah, somewhere around that. I will have probably a long safety car because Lanky Brown is quite some way behind.
Only in the pits now, yeah.
Yeah, so I guess we'll come in end of lap 13.
Yeah, so that's ideal for Dylan.
Yep, of course. The longer we spend in the safety car, the better for his tires. And the same goes for Phantom and Pupdog. Allwise, on the fresh hards, he will not have any issues at all. And the same goes for everybody else in the hards. Yeah, they're pitting on lap 8, which is a little bit early for the hards, but the hards last an entire race around here, so you really don't have to worry about the tire wear of those. So while Dylan is now in the lead of the race, he is not at all decided as the race winner here, because the DRS, I mean, we saw early on there was a train of half the, well, more than half the field, from the leader all the way down to 9th, 11th at stages, depending on when you decide to take the measurement, I guess. And I think we're gonna see similar again, because the tire differences are not big here. It's yeah, a couple of guys on fresh mediums and the rest on fresh hards. If Dylan can break DRS, that would be 1, very impressive, and 2, probably his best chance of winning this race. Because towards the end, the hards will be slightly faster, and that could be the deciding factor in who wins this race. Lanky Brown currently going through turn 1, so yeah, we'll have one more lap of safety car. I don't think he'll catch up before we reach Parabolica.
It'll be close, I'd say. It might.
It depends on how late the safety car can get called in. Because I think he will catch at some point in the third sector, but it might be too late for the safety car to decide to box, you know?
Yeah. I think what's interesting is that Dylan and Phantom were only about 2-3 seconds apart on track when the safety car was called out, and there's now 5 positions between each of them now.
Yeah, those small margins can really matter. I mean, Dylan is now in an awesome position, and Phantom is... I mean, he's still in a good position, don't get me wrong, but he is going to be stuck in traffic. And yeah, we'll have one more lap of safety car running. Phantom is... sorry, Lanky Brown is only just going through the Ascari. So yeah, end of lap 13, the safety car will be in, and be back under green flag conditions and back to racing here in Monza. And that safety car is pretty much... yeah, like, there's no pit stop. I don't think there was a single, like, green flag pit stop at all, apart from a couple of guys who got wing damage early on. So there really, it's no strategical factor to this race now, it's just... yeah, old school racing. Well, the DRS trains aren't really that old school, but you know what I mean. And I think we'll get more of the same now in the next 14 laps of this race. And yeah, the safety car will definitely be called in now, everybody is caught up. And Dylan will control the field in the final sector. In terms of the standings, Pinky currently in second place, Cuckoo down in 8th. Already 12 points separating them, and that will extend the gap by another 14, bringing up to 26 points. And
that's a big point swing.
Yeah, and it's only 2 rounds to go after this, so Cuckoo needs to go to make up some ground and needs to hope that Pinky has a stinker.
I think Cuckoo has to beat Pinky today.
Safety car has been called in.
Like, I feel like he has a lot of drive to do well in this race, considering how far up the road Pinky is. He's in a Ferrari as an Italian in the Italian Grand Prix. That would at least motivate me if I was in that situation.
Well, you can have all the motivation in the world. If you're running in 8th and the child rider is running in 2nd, you're not doing very well, so he has a lot of work to do here.
He does, but he's got the capability.
He's now warming his tires aggressively. Pinky is just driving straight. He is not bothered about his tires warming up at all. Safety car will be back in the pit lane in a moment. Dylan is quite close to it, so it's gonna have to go late. And then they come, the cars coming out the final corner. Dylan going very, very late, and Pinky has not been caught off guard whatsoever. But is he gonna go for the move to turn 1 or play DS games? Cuckoo with a great restart up into 5th.
He could get 4th here.
And he's gonna get 4th. Look at that, what a send for Cuckoo. And he has gotten Sean Cuckoo from 8th to 4th in one straight.
You said he's got work to do, he's already halved it.
Yeah, I mean, fair enough. Most of the work has been done now. The only car separating him from Pinky is his teammate. Well, I mean, the thing is that Gabby has been the faster driver so far today, but of course Cuckoo's in a title fight, so what does Ferrari do in this scenario?
Yeah, you never want, as a teammate, want to just let your teammate pass, but...
It's not even whether Gabby wants to, I'm not sure if it's a smart choice. Because look at the gap, Cuckoo is barely hanging on to the ears of Gabby, and Gabby's barely hanging on to the ears of Pinky. It might be smarter to just...
be with him.
Yeah, I think it might be smarter for Gabby to stay ahead, because he has half a chance of beating Pinky. Cuckoo, at least at the minute, does not. Needs to be
DRS right now.
As Pinky is taking the lead off Dylan, going to the Parabolica.
Dylan backs out of the corner.
Cuckoo over a second back from his teammate, but no DRS enabled just yet. He just needs to gain some time in the next lap. But Sean, look at this, he's holding these guys up massively.
This could be 4-wide.
Oh my god. Sean, Popdog, Edwin, Phantom, and Bombardino, I think, all involved in a battle to turn 1 here. 2 by 2 heading to turn 1. Popdog against Sean, Phantom against Edwin. Bit of contact made there as Popdog is ghosted. And there's a car off. Oh, there's Edwin and Phantom both off into the barriers. I think they locked wheels and just... God, Bombardino's left. I guess in disconnect.
Yeah, I think...
And Harry is out of the race.
Out in the pits. Robertinho, oh yeah, he's liked out.
I don't even see him in my list of friends anymore.
That's not
Trying
ideal.
to invite him, but he is not here. Shit. Well.
I think the internet fandom and everyone was they just got caught onto each other. I don't really think anyone's at fault there.
I didn't really see the incident, so I can't comment too much. But look at the gap from 4th to 5th now, 3 seconds. And that's brilliant for Ferrari. They are now the only team with 2 cars in this train up ahead, and they can work together against Dylan and mainly Pinky. Of course, they don't really care about Dylan all too much. Dylan is not in the title fight, Pinky is.
And one thing to note is obviously Williams were in the title race. And
I think they were.
I think that dream might be over.
Yeah, Ferrari running in 3rd and 4th, they are in, well, 17th and DNF'd, so Phantom will have to pull an absolute masterclass after a safety car, and even then I think he can maybe get some points, and that might be it.
And look how close this top 4 are now. Kuko's right with Gabri, who's right with Pinky, who's right with Dylan. Although Pinky has made a mistake, and Kuko's looking around the outside of his teammate here. Doesn't get it done though.
I'll try and invite Bobordino again.
I'll let you know if anything happens with this. If you can't see it.
Okay, Bobordino invite sent, there we go. He's down to 6, oh he's already down to 16th though, he's lost so much from that. Yeah, he's back in. But so much time lost for him.
It's not nice when you disconnect from Italian Grand Prix.
Fair.
And getting a penalty.
Yep. Not too many time penalties actually. I thought we'd get way more around Monza, but it's only a couple of drivers so far. Well, 4
I
to
don't
be
know if you
precise.
noticed otherwise, but he got his under safety car.
Yes. Was it a speeding penalty? No.
No, it was track limits under as Pinky for the lead. Yeah, it was just track limits under safety car.
The 2 I was gonna say Alfa Romeo, the 2 Saubers battling Papdog through turn 1 here, and it's Pix leading Papdog, leading Sean. And then a big gaggle of cars behind there as well. Bazooka, Flavors, Always, Marcello, Action Rig. All very close together there. Flavors and Always. Bobrinho is gone again. So I think his internet is well and truly ruined. Yellow flag Marcello with a spin at the Variante de la Roggia. Down to 15th there. Out of the points and well behind of the points as well now. Papdog with a move on Pix for 5th place. But, I mean, we all know what's gonna happen here. I mean, the Saubers are just gonna come back at him into turn 1 again. As they take advantage of the DRS that Papdog, of course, will not have now. At the front, though, Gabri putting pressure on Pinky. Does Gabri still have that damage? Yeah, he never fixed his wing. He's just been driving with damage the entire time, and you can barely tell from his face. Very impressive stuff by Gabri today. Skuku is trying to have a go at Dylan. And up ahead, Gabri.
And Gabri for the lead. No, he backs out.
Oh, and Gabri kind of cost his teammate a chance at passing Dylan.
Yeah, and he's
Gabri with a horrible exit though, and
Dylan's
Dylan's actually passed him, and now Kuku trying to get Gabri as well. But
that's
odds against it, and Pinky is now way ahead. What is going on here? What? These guys are just not working together at all.
This is terrible. Gabri is being the opposite of a team player right now, almost making things difficult for Kuko. I know it's not a place where you let him through, obviously, but the amount of time they've lost to Pinky now.
Yeah, these three, just so much, I'm not sure what was going on there, they were just seemingly slow for no reason.
Are they not in parties together for the race? Do they not communicate?
I'm not sure.
During races?
Gabri now up the inside of Dylan into Ascari, and they're losing more time to Pinky here. This was just not very intelligent to go for. You wait until the DRS straight. Oh, I think, yeah, Dylan is playing DRS games, I see.
Yeah, smart.
And now the gap to Pinky has opened up massively.
He could nearly get a penalty and survive this race. That's how much they've lost.
Yeah, I mean, Gabri and Kuku need to work together now. Slingshot with DRS on the straights and just try and get closer to Pinky again. And hope that Dylan doesn't interfere with that. And Dylan with a move on Gabri.
Oh, that's a late move, but he sent it.
And massive time loss again, and that means Kuko is now dropping out of the DRS range. Yeah, I mean, Dylan is certainly not making any friends with the Ferrari garage tonight. The way he's been holding them up now, as he defends the inside. I'm not sure why Dylan is doing all this. He could just work together with them and try and go for the win. Unless his tires are shot. But even then, you should probably try and get, like, save the P4 by just working together with them. Because Sean is closed in massively from all this. Kuko has now been left on his own, with Gabriel continuing to be stuck behind Dylan, and he needs to try and catch Pinky alone, with no DRS to play with his teammate there. A major disadvantage, well, not really. No advantage for him, that's what I should say. And Pinky has been looking like the faster driver so far this race, so we'll see if Kuko has the pace to catch back up into DRS. Not too long to go in this race though. Gabri should be able to pass Dylan to turn 1 here. Don't think Dylan can do much about this one. And Gabri's gonna take the podium position. The same with Papdog and Sean behind. Mihai with the 10 seconds for speeding in the pit lane. And he retires from the race. Sean and Papdog battling on the exit of turn 1. And I think it is Papdog who has the advantage here, although he's a bit low on ERS. And Sean now moving around the outside through the Cova Grande, side by side into the Della Roja. And Sean outbreaks Papdog on the inside line and in the end claims 5th position for himself. Dylan has been dropped out of DRS range by Gabri. I think those mediums are indeed shot. And Dylan now also, of course, vulnerable to the cars behind. Sean, Papdog, Pix closing in on him. Kuko and Pinky will be pushing to their absolute limits here to try and battle for this race win. Action Rig and Flavors battling over the last point here in 10th place. Action Rig in the DRS range, and they both have the same amount of penalties, although Lanky Brown would actually pick up the point by default right now with the penalties of those two. Pix with a move on Papdog on the main straight. He has low ERS, and there's not much McLaren can do about that now. Otherwise, maybe even in position to overtake as well. Pix now with a move on his teammate Sean into turn 1 as well. Side by side for the two Saubers. And it Sean comes to the headbutt. Papdog takes the opportunity, Pix off into the grass. Papdog ahead, and Otherwise with a much better exit of course after Pix goes lawn mowing. Kuko is slowly catching. And he's got more ERS even. Kuko has seemed to have found a lot of pace late on in this race. 1.5 seconds. Slowly closing in. It was 1.7 I think earlier, 1.8.
Did I miss anything of note?
I'm not sure when you were gone.
I don't know either.
Well, Otherwise trying to go round the outside into Ascari against Papdog here. And he has pulled it off. A beautiful move.
That's a great move.
Great respect there from both drivers as well. Very nice to see the space being left. As Dylan drops down to 4th place now. Dylan's nightmare continues. I mean, Papdog mediums seem fine. Why are his mediums so destroyed?
I would have thought that was DRS games though.
Well, yeah, but the fact he's even dropped back this far. He was in 1st place earlier, way ahead of this train. And he's been dropped back so far. Like, his pace has just fallen off a cliff, of course. He does now re-overtake Sean with the DRS, although Sean is in a try to get around the outside. And that's been left 0 space by Dylan, and of course, that has caused...
Real-life physics would have caused Max Lewis 2.0 there.
Yeah, and what happened in the game, of course, is them locking and Sean not being able to turn for the corner and pushing Dylan off, and them both losing massive time, Dylan losing a couple more positions as well.
Now Papdog taking the scraps.
Oh, he has gone very deep there, but he has actually held on to it. Blocking the apex rather nicely, and no chance for a switchback for Sean. Now 1.7 behind. Pinky seems to have put the foot down a bit. Dylan with a time penalty now as well. 3 seconds. And that will make it even more difficult for him to hang on to these places. He restarted this race in first, and he's been dropping back
He's
ever
gonna
since.
finish in 8th as it stands.
Yeah, behind Bazooka.
He struggled to keep that car going through his carry there. Maybe he just doesn't have the grip.
It's mad how different the tire wear seems to be between Papdog and Dylan, because Papdog, you don't see a sign of tire wear, honestly. His pace is good. He's not sliding. He's not struggling. He's just been in the same fight with the Saubers consistently.
And then
Sean
here comes Owais.
Diaz past Papdog and Pix as well, and here comes Owais as well. Yes, late on the brakes, almost locking up all the way into turn 1 and even making contact with Pix, but it turned out fine. Dylan dropping back to 8th behind Owais. Pix having a look at Papdog. But
what Kuko really needed for that battle up front is Gabby right with him to DRS train.
yeah, I talked about that. I would have to just slingshot past the DRS train towards Pinky, but Gabby got held up by Dylan, and I kind of ruined it. And now,
Yeah, obviously when they had that big scrap and lost second.
yeah, and since then they have just been separated. The top 3: Pinky 1.6 to Kuko, Kuko 2 to Gabby. No teamwork possible in this scenario. I mean, I guess Kuko could slow down and wait for Gabby, but I'm not sure if that's really the solution here.
It's got to be said, Pix has been up there in the last, not like major points, but he was running pretty high in Portugal for a while. He's currently 5th after Pens as it stands.
Yeah, he qualified well. He's been doing well actually. He had like a long time where I think he was like scrapping for points, but now he seems to be back to where he was when we first started Division 2 about 2 years ago now.
Yeah.
Like scoring good
I
points.
remember me and him crashing final lap Bahrain, and we cost each other a podium that day.
Wow, that is a long time ago.
Yeah, I was like, was it the first one? Because it was in Bahrain.
I'm not sure if the first Division 2 race was Bahrain, but it was the first Division 2 season for sure, because he didn't do Division 2 after that. Yeah, the gap seems to be about to stay, seems to be a bit stable now.
Stalled.
Yeah, it's kind of stuck at 1.7. Pinky's doing a good job of managing it. Yellow flags for Dylan! Dylan has crashed out!
Oh wow,
and a safety car!
as well.
A safety car! And this late in the race! Oh! I would not want to be in this scenario.
Wow.
Do you pit or do you stay out? Because it's so close to the end.
I think
and you lose so many positions by pitting. What do you do?
If I'm Pinky, I'm pitting.
I think if I'm Pinky, I'm staying out. Because
you
drop so
he
far.
Decides not us. Pinky pits.
He's in.
Kuko pits. Gabri.
Okay.
Pits. I think Gabri should have stayed out.
The thing is, if everyone pits,
Sean
you want to pit.
Pig
and if everyone stays out, you want to stay out.
Stays out.
Oh!
Pits. Bazooka pits.
Oh, Papdog! No! That's so unnecessary. Lanky Brown is in.
Pits.
Flavors
is in. Action Rick stays out. Marcelio in.
Mate, I'm seeing a Sauber 1-2, and you know what I'm seeing here? An absolute Hail Mary for Sean to somehow get back into the title fight. Remember,
he needs miracles.
Sean is 50 points behind Pinky going into this race. And he is now in the lead of the race, admittedly on horrible, terrible, awful tires, with Pinky on brand new, lovely, scrumptious, fresh softs. There is a car that looks remarkably alike the car in P1.
Yeah.
Who might help him out a little bit.
Say.
Yeah.
The only way I see Sean winning is Pix creating a massive gap between them and parks it.
You better believe Pix is gonna defend for his life, because I think we'll only have two.
This comes in, doesn't it?
It should come in now, because yeah. It's not gonna wait forever because we're so late in the race. So we get 2 laps of racing. Pinky down in 4th place, Kuko right behind him in 5th. Gabby in 7th.
This is weird because all of a sudden, this is a better scenario for Kuka than if it was him in second and Pinky in the lead. Although he's not.
And there is
gaining
another chance for
as much.
chaos. 2 laps of racing. You think anyone is backing
Wait a
out of
second,
anything?
Kuko's on fresh medium.
There's gonna be some sense and some harsh defenses. This race is so far from decided you can't even believe it.
Why is Kuko on mediums?
I guess he didn't have fresh softs.
Still, I think fresh. A used set of softs is better. Let's see
Well,
when
safety
Sean
car's
goes.
in. Sean conducting the restart and he's waiting quite long, and Pix is quite far behind here.
Probably what he needs. There he goes.
Yeah, of course, Sean is very much safe in
Howard
turn
has been
1.
caught out here, and Pinky is not gonna make much of this. Kuko sounds.
Oh, this could be a Spa 2000 hacking and Schumacher, maybe? No! Pinky's... Oh, Pinky! Oh, then they contact! Pinky's off!
contact!
Oh! And Kuko's
There's
ahead!
damage for someone.
Pinky has damage! Pinky has wing damage! He has taken 4th place, but he has damaged his wing in the process!
And he's had to.
And
he's had to
Kuko,
give the
look at that! He's
position
already
back.
up to 2nd! Kuko! He
Pinky's
could win
had
this
to
race
give
now! He
position
is
back
the
in the
favourite to win this
process.
race! Gabri up into 4th as well! It could end up a Ferrari 1-2 at this stage! That's Pinky! Oh, Pop Dog is
Tom
off!
rear-ended someone and spun.
Pinky's in the grass! Pinky dropping places! Look at this!
Pinky's
Absolute
really out of
chaos!
the point.
Pinky battling
Pinky's
Bazooka for
got-
7th
Pinky-
here!
Desperate here to make moves. What
And
looked like it
Kuko-
was an easy.
Sees half a chance of a championship once again, as he is all over the back of Sean on those fresh medium tires, Sean on the very, very old hards.
And Pinky has spun Lanky Brown, I think. I'm not sure if it will be deemed his fault, but Lanky Brown has spun.
Well, let's not even worry about post-race penalties. There's no way we can think about that now. There's so much going on. Kuko practically pushing Sean to the final corner. Of course, no DRS for now. There will be
But look,
DRS
he's
down
right
to
there with
Ascari.
them with-
So,
Look at the ERS for Pix. He's got lots to burn.
if Kuko passes Sean here, he's not gonna pass him. Kuko's gonna wait until the DRS. Sean hangs onto the lead for the moment, and Kuko once again rear-ends him, as he just
That's
can't
a
avoid it.
pass.
The hard's so much slower. Kuko burning some ERS. He's quite low on ERS. Can Sean hang on to this? I didn't even.
Think he's
That wasn't
gonna
even a
go-
thought of mine.
No.
Kuko, oh, through the grass! Late on the brakes, gets it stopped! Yes!
Oh.
Oh, what a move by Kuko, and now he's taking the lead. But there's a DRS zone coming up. He is not safe from Sean.
Here comes Gabri. Oh my god. Gabri into third. This could still be the Ferrari 1-2.
What a race this has turned out to be in the end, and Gabri now all over the back of Sean. But he's not gonna have to run him here. He doesn't have enough ERS. Sean, maybe half a chance of getting back at Kuko. No.
Here comes Pix on Gabri as well.
Yeah, Pix
He's gonna
loads
try
of
running
ERS late on.
inside.
Ah, but
There's
no
still
chance
some
with those old tires.
outside.
But he has
It's
cost
got
Gabri enough
Gabri.
time to, I think. Oh, but now he has lots of ERS down towards
Pix
the
has to
Monica.
run.
Can Pix get 3rd place back here right in the last
It
corner?
would be the
Sean!
outside
Sean
line,
with the
though.
go! Round the outside!
Oh.
No, he doesn't have the grip. Gabri as
Contact
well.
with Gabri and Pix, but Gabri has too much grip for Pix.
And Kuko has pulled a win out of the bag right at the end here in Monza. A Ferrari 1-3. And what a day it's been for the Tifosi. 25 points for Kuko, 15 for Gabri, and a massive, massive turn in the championship fight as Kuko gains 15 points and takes the championship lead here in Monza. And the Tifosi, well, it's not simulated very well in the game because they are completely quiet, but they would be going wild. What a day for Ferrari. Kuko in 1st, Sean in 2nd. What a performance by the Salmos, you have to say. Hang on to 2nd and 4th there. Very, very impressive stuff. Pinky minimizing the damage to 5th place, but still, that was his win. And he did not get it. Only a 5th place in the end for Pinky. Lanky Brown gets driver of the day, which I'm not even sure where he finished. Apart from the top 4, I saw nothing on that restart. I'm very sorry. But absolute scenes. Absolute scenes here in Monza. And it is a Italian driving for Ferrari in 1st place and an Italian driving for Ferrari in 3rd place. And a Ferrari engine in 2nd place as well. And in 4th place. I mean,
Yeah.
the Tifosi really have been spoiled for today. And for so long, it looked like Pinky had that one wrapped up. After, of course, Pinky, of course, did a great comeback as well. He had an incident with Gabi on the first lap, which, now that we have the time for that, Gabi could still get a penalty, I'm not too sure.
I mean, from what I'm reading in chat, nearly anyone could get a penalty after this race.
Yeah, but the provisional results that we've got are a Kuko race win, followed by Sean, Gabi, Pix, Pinky, and after that I have no clue. I don't think I'll be able to see it because the game seems to be glitching. I have a black screen with a timer, so I guess no results today. That is slightly annoying. I'll just go back in the stream and read them out.
Edwin was in 12th, by the way. His car DNF'd after the race was already over for him. I'm pretty sure.
Alright, so the top 10 is Kuko in first, followed by Sean in second, then Gabi, Pix, Pinky, Bazooka in 6th, Marcelio in 7th, Lanky Brown in 8th, Omais in 9th, Flavors in 10th, then Action Rig 11th, Edwin 12th, Phantom 13th, Vodinho 14th. I think. That was I don't know, that was the latest leaderboard I could have on screen. I hope someone has a recording or a screenshot of the results. But what a race. What a race. I
mean, those final laps.
Even before that, it was a very good race, very enjoyable, and then those final laps, I mean, I have not shouted as much in the commentary in years. That is what Formula 1 should be all about. That is drama, great racing, championship battles, wide open once again, Kuko taking the lead with 2 rounds to go.
You said Kuko was going to have a lot to do.
And he did it. He did. He had a lot of work to do, and he went ahead and just absolutely cooked. Do you have to say? I mean, I think my driver of the day, there's no other choice, is Kuko.
100%.
Wow. Well, and if that is not a great advertisement to watch the next race next week, in 7 days' time.
Round of season 12 Div 2.
Yeah, it'll be the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix.
Season 13. 14.
14. We're at season 14. The league is that old. Yeah, 2 more races to go in Abu Dhabi and Japan. The final race of the season in Suzuka. And, well, with a now 3-point advantage in favor of Kuko, it is very, very likely that this title fight goes down to the wire. We have been spoiled in this season in Division 2. As always, Division 2 always delivers.
You better not be in work on the finale.
Good point. Right now, I'm gonna put into my my work schedule and I'm unavailable that week.
Because I could do it myself.
I want to be there.
You need to be there too.
I want to be there. I'm putting in that I can't work that day. They can schedule me some other day. Right, Wednesday at the 11th. Oh no, that's this.
Oh, sorry.
There we go. Wednesday the 11th. Not the 9th of November. Not available.
Cool.
Right. Well, thank you all for watching today's stream. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I think you did as well, Jonathan.
Definitely.
Yeah, what a race. I mean, I can only repeat myself. Right, see you all next week. After that race, if anyone who watched the stream doesn't tune in next week, you are crazy. And with that, I wish you all a good evening. Goodbye.